guys, it's Hayley. I'm back with another process video. Today I'm using this really old piece of cardstock, and this kit that I'm using, the homemade kit from the Scrap Stash Kit Club. Because I didn't have a lot of navy, I pulled from my stash these old damaged bits. So the last video had a damaged bit along the top. This piece is all curled up on the sides, and it has what looks like a spray in the middle. I have no idea what that spray is, but I'm using it because I'm going to cover most of it up anyway. This die cut is just cut on my silhouette, and this piece of paper that I've die cut it from is a really old piece of basic grey, and it was back in the day. This is how old it is. Back in the day when it was single-sided. It wasn't really super thin, but it was single-sided, and that piece of paper's been there in my box for a long time, and I'm trying to use those pieces up on things that don't matter, like this die cut piece. So I had pulled all the papers for the kit ahead of time because they're already collated for doing my month's worth of crafting, and I also had pulled a pile of scraps, and so that's why this is coming together really quickly, because I have all those scraps just in a tray. And this is a technique I do often, is the filling the negative space in the silhouette cuts, and it's just effective and it's easy. It's not technical or anything. I had already applied tape to the back of that die cut while I was watching TV, and so it was ready to go. So when you're doing this kind of thing, I kind of mucked up a bit there because that piece is too wide. I would just suggest that you use a bit of variety. So make sure that the patterns aren't so big that you can't kind of somewhat make them out through the stripe, but just a bit of variety. Like if you put all things that were just the same tone in there, it wouldn't be that effective. And I've also put a piece of that second from the top piece of, it looks sagey green, is actually like glitter paper, and it's a great time to use leftover bits of things like that will have a wee bit of impact. And I'm only covering the pieces that you're going to see. So my photo is going to go on the right hand side. I'm not going to fill I'll fill in the edge piece because you will see that, and I'm not going to fill in all the bits you're not going to see. And that photo is of Phia in January. It's funny because that picture, I'm sure I edited it, but her hair looks such a different colour than it actually is. She always says that her hair is golden. She never uses the word blonde, or sometimes she'll say yellow. But she usually says golden, so I'm actually going to do a page on how she's golden. Okay, so I'm just sticking the scraps down, and then I'm just going to do a cut along the whole edge and trim it all off. This is a good thing to do if you know what you're going to do. This is a good thing to do while you're watching YouTube or watching TV, because it's somewhat mindless, And I think I mucked up there because I put in a piece that was maybe too short, and you could see it I'm not sure. Maybe you could see it on one end, or there was a wee awkward gap or something. So the papers I've used on there are a real mixed bag, and they're all really old, but this little star one, which you'll see again featured, is Fancy Pants from Trendsetter, and the one that looks like a ledger is October Afternoon. The green and white one that looks like a cityscape is Studio Calico, and the navy blue with the dot is crepe paper. I think it's Neighbourhood, and that little bottom one, which you don't even end up seeing, is Cartabella. So I'm just matting this picture on to a piece of Studio Calico paper, And you could see quickly there where that mist was on my page. I don't know what I was doing, but I don't even remember doing it, so it must have been quite a while ago. But it's okay, because now misting in the middle like that's probably probably a done thing. It wouldn't have been then. Okay, so I'm just checking that it's relatively straight because I am on an interesting angle some of the time. So as you can see, that's kind of an effective background piece, and it didn't take a whole lot of effort. This is a Project Life card from the Jade collection, and I'm just trimming off the red because that doesn't go at all, and it's just got this little tiny flag on there that says "This made my day," and I'm just going to put my journaling on here. And once again, there's a title from that Bella Boulevard Lucky Stars paper. You guys are going to be pleased when I finish with that, huh? And this wee chipboard piece is from Heidi Swap, and it says "Next Adventure Starts Now." So because I do have the products pulled for the kit, it does make all of this go a lot quicker than it would if I was having to look through my things. We'd be here all day. And I probably wouldn't choose to do a page where I'm looking through my things on camera because you'd stop watching really quickly. It'd be really boring. This is actually a sketch too, I must mention that. I'm not sure about how much the middle portion has got anything to do with the sketch, but the top piece that I add at the end does, so I'll give credit. It's from Let's Get Sketchy, and it's their week 1 sketch for August. So there I had some letters that I like the colour of, and they're kind of little map print, and they're from a really old crepe paper. One of those big sticker sheets that you cut in half. One half has the alphabet and one half has the other stickers. I think it might have been Storyteller, maybe. And they just weren't showing up. They weren't going to show up with, the photo and then the mat and then the navy background. So I just put a bit of scrap paper underneath it just to give it something to sit on. And it's that same piece of paper I used in the last video that I matted the photo on, that kind of ridgy vellum. And this wee diamond acetate is from Heidi Swap. It comes in one of those ephemera packs that have the acetate and the cardstock pieces. I think it's from Dreamy. So yes, this is where I'm going to create the top piece that looks like the sketch, really. So this is the piece that's from Trendsetter, Fancy Pants. Really like that paper, the navy and that kind of minty colour. Probably a lot of people would probably see that and think it's more of a boyish paper, but I don't care. And that wee piece there, I thought that was from Alice and Creft, but it's not at all. It's from Echo Park, Today's Story. I think it was one of the first pocketed kind of things Echo Park put out. And then I'm putting a wee sticker on that says Here and Now, and this is from that same sticker sheet that I mentioned in the last video too, that I used the outer circle in the last video, and this is the inner circle piece. And it just kind of brings those two corner pieces, well, the fact that one's straight and one's at an angle, it just kind of brings it together to put that sticker on there. Okay, and I've also got a flare rolling around, and I think that is Evalicious, because usually my general, everyday flares that don't go with a collection are Eva's, so I'm pretty sure that's where I got that from. And I'm just going to pop that on that wee diamond. Oh, now I'm just going to add a couple of buttons above the everyday, a wee navy one and a wee green one, and I'm going to stitch them on because I'm obsessed with with buttons having thread in them. It's actually been a really good month scrapbooking wise to use up things like buttons, like with this kit. I didn't think I had that many, but I think I've put them on about 3 or 4 pages so far, so that's good. I was saying in the Facebook group for the Scrap Stash Kit Club that I feel like August has just completely got away on me, and I haven't even done anything. You know, I did have one birthday, one daughter's birthday, but that was at the beginning of the month, and I haven't had an incredible amount of extra things going on, so I don't know. I don't know what happened this month. I have produced things, but I haven't probably done quite as many videos. I did go to a crop on Saturday, and I mostly talked. I know, it doesn't sound like me at all. Yeah, I mostly talked with my friend Nicola, but it was really good because I don't see her all the time, and it was really great to just have that time just with her. And I think I did 3 pages. I don't know that I've shared any of them yet, so I will. Of course, I didn't video them, but I will share them either on my blog or on Facebook somewhere. Now here I'm doing my journaling, and I think I do cut it out. I've just got my note there because I write my journaling, like if it's a story, I write it on a piece of scrap paper with the date, and it just says, while I was chopping vegetables in the kitchen, Sophia came bouncing out of the playroom and said, "Mum, you have to come in here." I said, "Why is that, Sophia?" She said, "This place is rockin'." Yeah. She was 5 at the time. For Christmas, Sophia got a, like a CD player. And it was for her, but it was for the playroom, really. And so when they remember that it's there, they play music. It's so funny. She just comes out with... She's the random child. She comes out with all the random things. And I love that. So I'm just going to add the date because I actually did have the date, which is good. If I don't have the date, then I won't fabricate it. But here I'd actually written the date on the... when I wrote the wee story down, and so I'm just adding that with the Studio Calico date stamp. And see, I'm using my Hero Arts ink, and it looks fine on there. I think it's the bigger images I don't like it on. So here I'm just showing you a few close-ups. So pretty simple page, but I'm happy with it. And I will show you some stills, and that navy cardstock, I had a really hard time photographing it. It just doesn't work for me. It and I do not work together, so excuse if the stills are a bit blown out, but I tried and tried. But yeah, you get the general idea, and it looks normal on the video. Anyway, thanks so much for coming by and watching and your support, and I hope you have a brilliant day, and I will be back soon. Thanks, bye.